I'm Eric.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're with Budo Brothers.
隠し武器なんかにしたとこう流用した時に壊れなくていいよね。
You could also do this too.
わーうわここからこう
皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Let's Ask Seki Sensei. I'll be your host Shogo from Let's Ask Shogo, and this is Seki Sensei. 先生、本日もよろしくお願いいたします。
はい、
お願いいたします。先生、またちょっとなんか僕持ってるんですけど、これちょっと全部ですね、このマークが全部ついてるんですね。実はこれ、ブドウブラザーズさんの商品なんですよ。It's hard to believe, but the famous Budo brothers actually visited the main dojo of Asayama Shinryu. Budo Brothers is a hugely popular martial arts media outlet with over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. They feature people who dedicate their lives to martial arts, regardless of style or popularity. They've even highlighted Seki Sensei and Asayama Shinryu, so please check out their videos too. So today, Seki Sensei, the 22nd headmaster of kobudo Asayama Shinryu, which has a 400-year history, will collaborate with Budo Brothers by trying out 3 of their most confident products, which they sell on their online shop. Seki Sensei said he especially loves the brass kobudo krusher, so please watch this video till the end. After watching, if you'd like to purchase any products, please check out the Budo Brothers online shop link in the pinned comment or description box. But before we start, let's have a word from the Budo Brothers, Eric and Kyle.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're with Budo Brothers. We started this about 8 years ago. We've been lifetime martial artists and love martial arts. Martial arts has changed our lives, and we wanted to create a vehicle to help inspire people to tap into their true potential through martial arts. And we were firm believers that martial arts has the power to do that.
And we started this company. We both lost our jobs, and we were like, man, what can we do? And we said, you know what, let's do something that's close to our heart. And with $1,000 each, we said, let's put it in, and we started a company called Budo Brothers. Now we go around, we travel, we film martial artists all over the world, and we share their stories. And one thing that we find that is so amazing about the martial arts is that when you meet these people who are killers, essentially, or the warriors, they're so humble, peaceful, and nice. And martial arts help change our lives, so we just hope we can inspire other people to do the same.
Thank you so much, guys. We are honored to collaborate with you. By the way, tickets for the 3-day training camp in Japan held by Seki Sensei and Let's Ask Shogo are now on sale. Check out our Patreon page for more information. So then, let's get started. First, let's start from taking a closer look at the Budo Brothers Shuriken.
かっこいいね。
かっこいい。
かっこいい。ただこれねバランスがねこういう形にする手裏剣として日本のそれとバランスがだいぶ違います。だいたいこういうのって根岸流手裏剣術をね基準にした形、一番内にある剣で一番似てるのこれなんですよ。でこれが根岸流の剣ね。だけどこれね中の構造がこうなってるんですよ。巻きでこういう感じに太くしてですから重心がこっちにあるんですよ。だけどこの剣の場合は全部無垢なので全然だからね形が似ててもねバランス全然違うんです。
Seki Sensei has recently become a master of the Negishiryu school. This means he is quite knowledgeable about shuriken as well. He noticed that the shuriken from Budo Brothers has an opposite weight distribution compared to traditional Japanese ones. Negishiryu shuriken or similar designs typically have a narrow grip wrapped with thread and lacquered to make them thicker. This design is for making the tip heavier. On the other hand, the shuriken from Budo Brothers has grooves that look like they are wrapped with thread, but in reality, it is a solid piece of steel. As a result, the side that does not penetrate is actually heavier. Specifically, what impact does this have?
これなんかはすごく長距離からできるんですよ。要するにこう飛ばすんですよ。要するにこう飛ばすんですよ。上にこう抜ける。でこう補正してって的でこう落ちるんですよ。多分これはそれができない。そうあともう一つはこれ筋が入ってるんですよ。だからこれによってグリップが効いちゃうんでなおさらこれと違う。グリップ効いちゃダメなんで。
Traditional shuriken have their weight centered at the tip, allowing them to be thrown so the tip is facing up and still land point first at the target. However, since the Budo Brothers shuriken has its weight on the opposite side, this throwing method likely won't result in penetration. Additionally, traditional shuriken are wrapped with thread and then coated with lacquer, making the grip smooth. In contrast, this one is rough, which may create more grip, making it harder to release from the hand. Taking these points into account, let's have Seki Sensei actually throw the Budo Brothers shuriken.
ね、お尻が重たい。
本当だ。
なんとか。 こんな感じだね。なんとか。こんな感じだね。だからトンってなってんのにパンっていっちゃうんだよ。こう落ちないんでね。
When Seki Sensei uses his acquired technique, the opposite side of the shuriken hits the target. He quickly adjusted it to ensure it penetrates, but the trajectory is completely different from that of traditional shuriken. Let's have him throw it from a bit farther away.
ほら、このままいっちゃうんだよね。ほら、このままいっちゃうんだよね。だからよっぽどこう。だからよっぽどこう。こうなのかこうなのかの微調整がね、遠くなると大変です。だからあとはだから、
はい、
これとかこれで調整するしかない。長く持った方がいいと思うし。でも全然慣れればね、全然問題ない剣ですよ。
Indeed, it may be difficult to penetrate using a traditional throwing method, but with practice, you can still land point first even from a distance. Since the weight isn't at the tip, he has to consciously throw it straight so that the tip faces the target. By the way, when Seki Sensei throws a traditional shuriken, it looks like this.
こうなるね。
おー。
こうなるね。
おー。
As you can see, the trajectory of the shuriken is completely different from earlier. This illustrates the impact of the weight distribution difference, like Seki Sensei has been explaining from the beginning. However, Seki Sensei noticed one more strength of the Budo brothers' shuriken.
隠し武器なんかにしたとこう流用した時に壊れなくていいよね。無垢だから。でグリップも効いてるから、そういう利点はある逆に。こう使った場合ね。
Because the grip is designed to be less slippery, it is likely more durable as a concealed weapon compared to traditional shuriken. Originally, the name shuriken means hidden hand blade, and it is said that there were ways to use it, not only for throwing, but also while holding it in hand during combat. The next weapon is this thick rope. It's a new product from Budo Brothers, and this cord can be hidden in the hood, allowing for quick access and use. So Seki Sensei, what do you think about the rope?
いや、いいと思う。強いですよこれ。まあ作業より短く、分度鎖より長いっていう。ちょっと2つに折って使いたくなるな、僕なんかは。このぐらいで使いたくなる。
In Asayama Ichiden, we teach tamagsari and sageo fighting techniques, but this rope is just about the length between the two. According to Seki Sensei's experience and skills, he would prefer it to be a bit shorter, so he will fold it in half for use. Now, let's see what he can actually do. Let's say the opponent is trying to grab him by the collar.
こういう世界だな。こういう世界だな。
そういきなり。
鎖よりもピタッといきます。
Since the rope can cling closely to the opponent's body, it's easier to use than a chain. What actually happened?
掴まれる空間使って。おお。
こうかけて、であとこうやっただけで。であと転身しただけで。
Seki Sensei first stepped back to avoid being grabbed and looped the rope around the extending arm. He immediately crossed the rope around the opponent's wrist and pulled down to make the opponent fall. You could also do this too.
あー。うわあー。うわ大丈夫ですか
This is a technique called Jizou Katsugi that we perform with the tamagsari.
今のはね、落としたの。こう落としたの。こう落としたの。
バランスが
でそこからこう入ってうわで、ここでクロスになるわけね。
やってますね。
うわはい。
やってますね。
うわはい。
In this case, instead of wrapping the rope around the wrist, Seki Sensei simply pulled down and immediately looped the rope around the neck, crossing it behind his neck. Then, by positioning himself back to back with the opponent and leaning forward as if carrying a heavy load, the opponent's neck gets choked. It's a horrifying technique, isn't it? Then next, let's say the opponent has a katana.
例えばメーンってきたって。
はい刀ですね
ね。
刀ですね
ね。
You can evade the opponent's attack by dodging to the left and slightly behind, and then swing the rope both from below and above to keep the opponent at bay. Even if it doesn't cause significant damage, it can definitely create an opening. Seki Sensei, do you think you can block an attack with the rope?
あとは切れないと思うんですよ、簡単にはね。特に二重にしとけば。だからこうきた。だからこうきた。
This is another technique we do with the tamagasari or sageo. First, you evade the opponent's attack by stepping back, and then just before the attack lands, you pull the rope to the side to create tension. The attack lands right at the moment the tension is created, allowing you to stop the opponent's attack. After that, you deflect the opponent's katana to the left and swing the rope toward their face. If the opponent were using a real katana, the rope might get cut, but as long as it successfully deflects the attack once, that's enough, so it's not a problem. We decided to try Seki Sensei's suggestion of wrapping the rope around the katana.
いやいやいや噛まないとダメ、これ取れちゃうから。ウエイトがないって。ここになんか重りついてればいい。
In case of tamagasari, it's possible because it has weights on both ends. But with this rope, it's smooth and doesn't have any weights, so it comes off easily. How about tying the ends together?
あんまり変わらないね。取りやすくはなるね。
はい。
で当たった時も効くかもしれない。あと結んどいて手がかりすっぽ抜けないようにしとくっていう。でこれやりすぎないんでいいと思う。護身っていう意味で。殺しちゃうことはないんでね。
While we couldn't wrap it around the opponent's katana, it became much easier to swing. This increases the impact when hitting the opponent with the end, and it also makes it less likely to slip from your hand. Among the 3 weapons introduced in this video, this rope is the best choice as a self-defense tool because it minimizes chances of injuring the opponent. Now let's finally take a closer look at Seki Sensei's favorite, the brass kobo crusher.
だからこれ久保タンとかと一緒だよね。日本でいう寸鉄とか。ただこれね空洞じゃないんですよね。無垢材なんですよ。だから結構重い。で、ここのねちょうど指が食い込んでいいですこれ。すごい使いやすい。
In Japan, there are traditionally similar weapons like kubotan and suntetsu. However, this one is a solid piece of brass, so it has a substantial weight and it fits perfectly in the hand, making it easy to use. Seki Sensei has completely fallen in love with it. Now let's have him try using this weapon in battle. First, let's say the opponent throws a punch.
右パンチ。
こういう話だな。
右パンチ。
こういう話だな。
うわー、首の後ろが。
We didn't imagine this video would be so hard for Tsukada Sensei. What just happened?
こういうことだ。
してくる。
これをね引っ掛けるんです。で
引っ掛ける。
顔の方近づける
ける
の。その方が安全なの。だからこう
もうベタっていって顔を近づけてしまう。
こうこれはね握んない。これだけ。
はい。
こうで回して声かける。
うわー。
そんでここで変わる。
うわー。
へこんどいて。Hit!
While deflecting the opponent's punch with his hand, he intentionally brought his face closer. He deliberately relaxed his left hand to hook it on the opponent's wrist. From there, he uses the crusher on the back of the opponent's neck to deliver a knee strike, knocking him down, and finally lands a decisive blow to the vital point at the back of the neck. The crusher is not only heavy and solid, but also has a slightly pointed tip, allowing for precise attacks on vital areas like this. If the opponent tries to grab your wrist, you can do this.
あとオーソドックス。
腕を取られても。おー。
ね。あとオーソドックス。
腕を取られても。おー。
ね。ちょっとした出っ張りね。これを使ってこう。でここでこう入るでしょ。でこっからここ。こう。
In that brief moment, he actually attacked 3 vital points. First, he targeted the ribs. Next, he struck the elbow. And finally, he hit the back of the neck again. I can't imagine how painful it would be if someone really did this to you. Then let's have Seki Sensei introduce one technique you can use with the crusher against a katana. This is an actual kata that exists called inko otoshi. The name literally means throat dropping. But don't worry, Seki Sensei didn't actually hit the throat.
ここ今ここに外したんだけど。
はい
本当はここに入る。
そう
それでねこう入って、
はい。
こっからこう。こっからこう。
In the demonstration earlier, Seki Sensei hit slower lower than the throat. Why? Because if you really hit the throat, even from a non-moving position, it would be this effective.
So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. 本当にもう文字通り何を持ってこられても何でも戦いますね、先生なら。まあ手裏剣はちょっとね、日本のものとちょっと一般的に違うということだったんですけれども、まあもちろんこれはこれなりの使い方がありましたし、
ね、
この縄のこのぶっとさと、ね、こちらに関しては特にもう先生ご自身もものすごく気に入られたということで、こちらもね、ちょっともう少し軽いバージョンで、
これ軽いよね。
はい。
僕はこっちの方が好きだ。寝ながらこうやってたよ。
In addition to the products introduced in this video, there are many stylish and cool weapons and clothing available, so please check out the Buro Brothers online shop in the pinned comment and description box. Again, Seki Sensei's favorite is the brass kobo crusher.
So everyone, if you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button. If you're going to be buying any of these amazing products from Bro Brothers, please let us know in the comments. And yes, all the links, everything you need is in the description box. And our goal this year is to achieve 300 online lesson members. If you're interested in learning the amazing katana techniques from Seki Sensei, please take a look at our Patreon page. 先生、改めまして誠にありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。Everyone, thank you very much for watching this video. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました。
Interested in learning katana skills from 22nd Headmaster of Kobudo Asayama Shinryu Seki Sensei? We hold the best online lessons with perfect English interpretation that anyone can access worldwide. Every lesson will be recorded for you to rewatch anytime, and official down ranks will be provided to prove your progress. Higher down rank holders will also be authorized to open their own dojo in the future. Join us in our ultimate dream of reviving the golden age of Asayama Shinryu, when there were 7,000 students of the style. Check out the description box or pinned comment to sign up now and for more information.